welcome to today's video. I have some of my favorite paint swatches here so you can get your home into that perfect farmhouse aesthetic. I'm going to be showing you a few rooms in my home that I've painted with my favorite colors. This room for starters, and I will also be incorporating some pictures from Pinterest for a little bit more inspiration. I will be focusing on more affordable paint because we on a budget. Please remember that color is your freedom of expression. Choose the colors that make you happy, that go with your flooring and your finishes and all of your furniture. It will all come together and it will feel like yours. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about paint quality from different vendors, and I will be walking you through the different sheens of paint and which sheen is best used where. Now for a gallon of paint, you can spend anywhere from $25 on the Behr line from Home Depot all the way up to like $110, $120 from premium brands like Farrow and Ball. If you have the money to spend $120 on a gallon of paint, go for it. Those paints do perform a little bit better and their color is slightly more pigmented, but you can get away with using a cheaper brand like the Behr line from Home Depot and get pretty much the same effect. If you do come across a color from a premium brand that you do really love, take a color chip like this to your local Home Depot and color match it and dupe that baby up. Before you purchase your paint, make sure you get a little sample and swatch it on two different walls in the room that you're going to paint. Make sure that there's a sunny wall and then a shady wall because the same color can look completely different in different lights. Let's dive into these colors. Now I'm going to start with the whites and then go into the grayish category, and then we're going to get into some fun funky colors where you can let your personality shine but still keep it in the farmhouse world, you know? Now into the white category. Now all whites are definitely not created equal. Now if you're looking for a clean, crisp, pure white that looks fantastic on trim, then Behr's Ultra Pure White is your choice. This shiplap behind me over here is painted in ultra pure white and it looks stunning. If you're looking to paint an entire room white but you don't want that like stark sterileness of an ultra pure white, Whisper White is a great option. I actually just got a 5-gallon bucket of the masonry paint tinted to Whisper White and I painted my basement and a little outbuilding on the back of my property. And I still have it on my hands. A slightly warmer neutral that is still in the white family is Swiss Coffee. Swiss Coffee is already mixed up and readily available on the shelves at Home Depot. Just go in, grab yourself a can and whatever sheen you want, and then just ask them to shake it up before you go home. Here's the difference between Ultra Pure White and Swiss Coffee, and then an even more warmer, it's technically white, but it leans more towards yellow, is Navajo White. Now this, think of this as like the adult of whites. Like it will elevate your hallways or your kitchen to like grown-up status. You guys, this gray took me a million years to find. A good gray is so hard to find because they can skew in a million different ways with undertones. When we bought this farmhouse, I knew I wanted to do one room that was like a cool tone gray with stark white trim. That was just in my head. I had always dreamed of owning a home and that color combo was in my head. But I'm loving this gray. It's called Gentle Rain. It skews a little bit purple, but I wanted it to be more cool than ashy or warm. Does that make any sense? If you're looking for a nice pure gray that doesn't skew too green or too blue, but that is a nice gray, but a little bit darker than the Gentle Rain, flannel gray is a wonderful option. But if you want to go a little bit darker shade of gray that still doesn't skew green or blue, Cool Ashes is a great choice as well. At first, I tried historical gray. When you're just looking at swatches in the store, this looks like a nice pure gray, but when you get it into your space, this really skews green. This should almost be in the green section and not the gray section. This wasn't the gray I was going for in this room, but I love this gray. This would be perfect in like a grand foyer or a hallway. This does have a historical vibe. It skews a little bit green, but it's gorgeous. When we first bought this house, this little shadow box detail was open into the other room, but I closed it in by doing shiplap behind it. This is the same Gentle Rain gray that I painted the rest of the room in, but when I painted the shiplap, I did one coat of Ultra Pure White, and then I did a coat of the Gentle Rain, and then just lightly sanded it down so you could see some of the white speckling come through, and I think this ties the whole room together, and I love it. The color on the wall behind me underneath the Brooklyn Bridge painting is called Greenwich Village. It is the perfect cool tone blue with a little gray where it's not too drab. It's still vibrant, but it's not bright. It's that happy medium between too vibrant and too drab. It's like perfect. So we have now migrated into my laundry room and I decided to paint this room in weathered moss. You guys, I think this color takes the cake for my all-time favorite Farmhouse color. It is the perfect neutral with a little bit of a green undertone. It pairs perfectly with the ultra pure white for trim, and it's very calming, very soothing, but there's a little bit of personality in there and it's not bland. Farmhouse or not, you need to paint one of your rooms in your house this color. It is such a joyful neutral, I can't really explain it. Now on to some fun colors. This is whale gray. I think this would be beautiful in a bathroom or painted on shiplap, just like this. This is Norwegian blue. How beautiful would that be on kitchen cabinets? This is called Brooklyn. I think that would make for a sophisticated and elegant master bedroom. Eucalyptus wreath, beautiful front door. This is called Pinecone Hill. I think this would be beautiful as painted shake on an outbuilding. And this is Farm Fresh. I could see a pantry painted this color, or any upcycled furniture if you wanted to refinish it, and this would be beautiful as well. There are 6 different sheens that you can get your paint mixed in. There's flat, matte, eggshell, satin, semi-gloss, and high gloss. Now you can use flat for interiors, for dining rooms and ceilings. I really wouldn't recommend using it for dining rooms because you can't really wash flat or matte paint. When you go to wipe them down, a lot of the times it just wipes the paint right off the wall. Flat is great for exterior use, for walls and siding and masonry. Matte is one step up from flat, and you can use them for bedrooms and living rooms, but if you have kids, definitely don't use a flat in bedrooms because you are going to need to wipe the walls down occasionally. Eggshell finish is perfect for all rooms, especially hallways and kids' bedrooms, because you can wipe it down and the paint will still stay on the wall. Satin is a really great finish where you're going to have a lot of kind of dirt and grime and water, so definitely kitchens, bathrooms, utility rooms, things like that. But there is definitely a higher sheen to it. You can get away with eggshell in those type of rooms if you don't want the higher sheen of satin. Personally, I don't really like satin finishes. It's a little bit too high gloss. It tends to look a little bit cheaper, so I always stick with eggshell. Semi-gloss is great for trim, windowsills, anything like that that needs a little bit more durability. It can still be wiped down. Also has a pretty good binding agent in it. If you're painting an older windowsill where the wood might be a little bit weathered, satin will definitely kind of hold it together and give it a protective barrier. You can use high gloss for trim and doors and cabinets. I typically stay away from high gloss because it looks a little bit more modern, and my aesthetic is Farmhouse. This house is 150 years old, and I feel like high gloss would take it to a little bit more modern of a period than I really want. Really expensive interior designers use high gloss for walls or for ceilings, and it's really not my cup of tea. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I hope you found some inspiration and you learned a little bit of something. Please feel free to subscribe and ring that bell if you enjoy videos like this, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.